Hey everybody, my name is Brent Gleason and this is Sarah Rieger, and we are together the team Selling the Rock Realty Group here in Victoria, British Columbia, servicing the South Island all the way up into Cowichan, or you name it. We're here to help. So we just want to do a little introduction video to say hello. You can get the face now. You'll see our logo around hopefully, and looking forward to helping everyone out and working with you. Sarah, what do you got to say?
Yeah, no, I'm really excited. This has been a long time in coming, becoming a team and then finding the right home, which is Pemberton Homes. We're very excited about joining the larger team here and using all of the amazing resources that exist under this umbrella. So yeah, Brent, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and where you're from and all of the amazing places that you have lived in your life?
I've been in Victoria on and off for about 20 years now. So I'm happy to call it home. Born up in the Yukon Territories, raised in Ontario. Did spend quite a bit of time overseas, traveling, tour guiding in my younger years, having all that good times. But But yeah, I've been in Victoria now since early 2000s, and love the West Coast, love the weather, I've been kind of all over Canada, and this is definitely the spot to be for me. And other than that, hanging out with my dog, doing some West Coasty things, enjoy the local breweries, hanging out with friends, cooking lots of food, all that good stuff. And
exploring the island, doing a lot of traveling.
Yeah.
I cannot wait to get back to traveling the island because similar to you, Victoria calls me. I have ping-ponged from British Columbia to the southern United States for a very long time. The first time I moved to Victoria was in 2007. And it's just been an ongoing back and forth love affair ever since. So we moved back to Victoria in July, and Brent helped my husband, our family, buy our home. And we knew that we would make a great team from that point on. So I'm licensed here in British Columbia, and I'm also licensed in Louisiana. Where my husband is from and where we have been for the last 7 years. So the idea of selling real estate in British Columbia is so exciting to me because there's just so much opportunity. There are so many beautiful character homes, but there's so many houses that have maybe need to have new life breathed into them, and we have a lot of experience with that, helping people make decisions about renovations or even just straight up tear downs and how to start over, especially with all of the new rules that have come out in the last 6 months.
Yeah, and that's a good point. Like, one of our big focuses, something that we figured out earlier on, was that we really want to give as much information to people that are considering coming out to Victoria, especially if you've never been here before, if you're coming from a lot of other provinces or maybe even out of country. We want to paint the picture. We want to there's a lot of different homes in here dating back 100 years or more, up to newer homes, different styles, different style builds, different structures and things like that. So we want to make sure that everyone knows exactly what's happening, especially on the purchase side of getting a home in Victoria. So that's exciting because there's a lot to know. There's a lot of different things, and we hope to meet people and bring people onto these talks, and whether they're builders or whether they're building inspectors or whatever, and everyone in between. We want to kind of bring as much expertise and knowledge to help us, in turn help our clients.
Yeah, I think that's a big thing. We've been building homes for, I think I'm on my 6th house in 6 years. And there is so much to know about how renovations happen and what to look for. And really being on an island, what the expenses are. So when you're looking at a house and you're like, oh, it just needs a little zhuzhing here and a little zhuzhing there. And you think, okay, well, how much is that really going to cost me? And there are some aspects about our climate here in BC that affect our homes differently than they would in Edmonton or Calgary or Toronto. So that's a big part of the expertise that we want to bring. And for all of those questions that we don't know the answer to, having the experts on, having them be a resource for our clients, buyers and sellers, so that they can ask the questions and have a source of truth that doesn't require you going out and getting 4 quotes from different service providers here on the island.
So much of it has to do with timing, and your time is money, obviously. So, from the very beginning of if there's permits that you need to get, how long is that going to take? What does that look like? Who do you have to talk to? And then kind of, where do you go from there? Because it all takes time in different areas, and especially here in BC, I find things work a little bit differently. They're kind of doing their own thing, so which is fine. But it's good to know in order to navigate those waters. So that's one of our biggest, focuses and things that we've had to deal with, and we'd like to pass on our experiences. We've had some fun ones, for sure. Yeah,
we one of the things that we've learned intimately recently is that you definitely are going to find a variety of prices. Like, I'll give you, you can take the same job and you can give it out to 3 different companies, and they will all come back with very, very similar quotes. And then if you just went to the 4th company, you might find, as we have recently, that they're half price. Yep. So it's amazing when you are going through all of it. And because we are often in a very competitive market here in Victoria, especially, or honestly in Duncan or Cowichan or all parts, sometimes you have to make a lot of these decisions without having the ability or the time to really inspect those crawl spaces and those perimeter drains in a way that makes you feel completely comfortable in your purchase. So that's why we want to be able to help our clients identify opportunities and identify maybe pitfalls about a house, and then give them those resources that have been very well curated by Brent and myself through experience. So that's a big part.
Yeah. I mean, where to start? The process from very beginning, especially on the buy side, who are you going to talk to? What kind of things are you thinking about for what kind of work is going to need done in this home? It could be anything from a roof to perimeter drains, new windows.
All the different types of heating systems that we have.
Yeah, and then being able to, bring the workers in, making sure everything's done up to code, all that kind of stuff in between. There's a lot to know. So, I mean, it's been a learning experience for me, being, going into my 6th year now. So that's a lot of learning. So, too much for one person to learn just in a few months if you're just if you're thinking about buying a home. So definitely good to talk to someone like us who we've been there, we've done it, and we'd like to be able to help you figure it out and provide some guidance.
Yeah, especially for our clients that Victoria draws people from all over. When I first moved here, I always thought that it was like the retirement capital of Canada, and people would build their life and make their money and decide in all of the other beautiful cities across Canada, and then they would make a decision that they were going to make it out over to the West Coast, and this is where they were going to spend their retirement, just perusing the beautiful gardens.
Not shovel snow.
No.
They're done with shoveling snow.
I know that in my family, that's the decision that my grandparents made, and that's how Victoria became a home for our whole entire family, because that's where they were. And I think that happens to a lot of families. Victoria definitely has a draw, so we want to be able to. So Victoria is a big draw for people coming from all across Canada. That this is, where they hope to retire. But we've seen such a difference in the population, certainly since I first started moving to Victoria regularly, that there are so many families that are moving a lot earlier. They are not waiting until they are retired to move to Victoria or the greater Victoria area. They are doing it when they are much younger, and it's
mass migration.
Yeah, it's very exciting. It's exciting. I mean, that's what we were doing too. We, why would we wait? Why would we wait to live in what we consider to be just like heaven on earth? Why would we wait to do that when we're retired? And let's raise our kids there too. So I think there's a lot of people that are making that decision. They're making it earlier. But that also means that they might be buying from a distance. And I think that the benefit of our team is the comfort that you will feel purchasing a home on the island when you are far away. I think that's certainly the comfort that I had, because I bought my house sight unseen, and you were such an expert at making sure that.
Well, I was tall like your husband, so I could walk around and you could see. Okay, that house isn't going to work because I'm going to have to put a helmet on my husband.
The whole time.
Yeah, so it has happened. I've done many deals where it's sight unseen, doing virtual tours, doing all the legwork, a lot of the due diligence prior to putting in an offer, when we're in a market that allows for that, which we currently are now. Maybe not so much a couple of years ago when things were going a bit crazy, but it's important to be able to do have all those steps done. And if you're not here, you need boots on the ground. That's, I think, where we're really going to show some value for our out of province clients who are looking to buy here. Yeah,
I think that both Brent and I, we, like most agents, we like to have listings. Listings are great, but and I think we work really, really hard for our sellers, but we're a great resource for buyers, and with our separate experiences and combined, I think that we advocate for our buyers in a way that is really special, and we want to make sure that your comfort level as a buyer is like that you just feel like you're in really, really good hands the entire time.
Yeah, and we know a lot of the people, as far as your tradespeople, we've got you covered. Your inspectors, we've got you covered. All these lawyers, all these different things, accountants, all these different people that you should be talking to if these questions or things inevitably come up. We've got you covered. We have a pretty good network of people that we know here that can help you for each of those questions that you may have.
And each of them, the customer service level that they're going to give has been curated by us. Like, we make sure that you're in good hands throughout the entire process. So that is our introductory message. And so the goal for us is to bring you those experts so that they can answer your questions, and for us to also embark on our own learning and relearning and
continued learning.
Continue learning, because our industry is changing, and there are a lot. Even today, we got a message about some things we'll be probably talking about in another video, like from a federal standpoint and a provincial standpoint, even a municipal standpoint. We are making sure that we have all the up-to-date information, and that we can hopefully answer any questions that our clients have. And if we don't know, we'll bring those experts on to talk to you directly. So
yeah, and obviously as we move along with this our journey, I would say, you guys ever have any questions about certain guests, or we want to have certain people on, and we'd love to hear back from you, because we want to have those people on. We want to make sure that we're giving you the content that's helpful for you.
That's the buzzword. That is the word, the content. But we're here as real people, and we are going to be your eyes and ears for Victoria, and we hope that this is the beginning of a really beneficial and mainly for our clients, like a really great resource for all of you. So thank you for joining, and
Thanks, guys.
we'll talk to you soon.